Hi, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed the two videos I assigned from Redeemed Online, Lent Made Simple. And I also hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about the Beatitudes with the movie I assigned of the Sermon on the Mount. Now we're going to end our religion class for today with me reading out of the New Testament as we continue our journey with Jesus Christ, with his ministry. So the story I'm going to read today is called Making Bread. And it's another one of Jesus's parables that he taught to the people that were following him. So here's the story, Making Bread. When Jesus talked with the clever religious leaders who thought they knew all about God, he used the kind of words and arguments that they used. But when he taught the ordinary people, he told stories to explain God's kingdom to them. We call these stories parables. Those who think hard can discover in every story a picture that helps them understand more about God's kingdom. I'll tell you what God's kingdom is like, Jesus said one day. It's like a housewife making bread. Everyone nodded knowingly. The mothers in the crowd made bread every day, and the children helped. Even the men had watched their mothers when they were little. You know how she does it, Jesus went on. She takes a tiny bit of yeast and buries it in a big crock of flour. Before long, an amazing change takes place. The whole mixture begins to froth and then to heave and rise to double its size. That's like God's kingdom. God is at work beneath the surface. You may not see how it's happening, but lives will be completely changed, and God's kingdom will grow and grow by God's power. And another story that I'm going to read is called Finding Treasure. And this will be the last story for today's e-learning religion class. Once upon a time, Jesus began and everyone pricked up their ears. He was going to tell them another parable to help them understand about God's kingdom. Once upon a time, a man was digging in the field where he had been sent to work when his spade hit something hard. He bent to brush the earth away and found a pot full of treasure. Gold coins, rings, and brooches spilled out on the earth and gleamed in the sun. The man hurriedly covered up the treasure again. He leaned on his spade, thinking fast. If he could buy that field, the treasure would belong to him. He knew it would not cost everything he had, but he went and sold every stick of furniture and everything else he owned so that the field could be his. It was worth it. The treasure was his own. Jesus had hardly finished when one of the children in the crowd called out, "Tell us another story, please." Jesus smiled and began again. Once there was a merchant, a dealer in fine pearls. He went to every seaport market, far and near, to add to his fine collection. One day he caught sight of a pearl so large and so beautiful that it made him catch his breath. He had never seen one like it. He asked to look at it more closely, and as it lay in the palm of his hand, he realized that he had found the perfect pearl. It was without flaw, but when he asked the price, he knew that, rich as he was, he had not enough money to buy it. But he must have it. The rest of his pearls, once so treasured, must go. Only that way could the pearl beyond compare become his own. Some of Jesus's listeners began to understand something more about God's kingdom. To belong to it and to have Jesus as king would be so wonderful and so worthwhile that nothing else in life mattered compared with that. To have Jesus would be to have the most precious thing in the world. So boys and girls, as we end our religion lesson for the day, I hope as we revisit our goals for what we learned in religion today, that we're learning the Beatitudes. We know that they're also known as the Sermon on the Mount, where Jesus went out and spoke to his people that believed in him, people that didn't quite yet believe in him, that he is the Messiah, the King of the world. We also learned parables, and we learned that word back many weeks ago, just stories that Jesus taught so that others could understand the kingdom of God. So boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this religion lesson for today's e-learning. If you have any questions, please have your mom and dad contact me, and I will answer any question that you or they may have. All right, boys and girls, have a good day. Bye.